I think when China began to invest overseas, it first looked to invest in resources in the developing world. I think what we're seeing now is a change, and China is beginning to increase significantly its investment in Western Europe and, of course, in the United States. Part of that is not just a fundamental shift in terms of wanting to go from resource-focused investments to maybe more technology-driven investments. It also represents the fact that they want to get into the big consumer markets. And to do that, they need to think of ways to do that beyond just trade and exports. Well, in one sense, we tend to give China too much credit for being strategic in all of its investments. Clearly, they have invested heavily in resources, which is important to them as their economy is growing rapidly and they need oil and they need other kinds of resources from abroad. On the other hand, we tend to put too much emphasis on China as a centralized government focused on every aspect of the economy, when in fact there's private enterprise now developing and flourishing, and those companies now have capital to invest overseas because they recognize they need to expand their market presence, their branding, their technology, and their management, and they can do that better by going overseas now. And so we're starting to see that. So yes, there is some strategic notion behind China's investment, but as we grow into a new period of time, I think that shift will go much more into how the private enterprise looks at opportunities abroad, commercial opportunities. Well, certainly the world has become a smaller place, and the United States and Europe will not control the world's GDP as they did 25, 40 years ago. We have to expect that China's economic rise means that they will not only become a huge market that we can invest and trade to, but that China will begin not only to expand its presence overseas in the developing world, but also obviously in markets like the United States and Europe. So certainly as it relates to Africa and Latin America and other parts of the developing world, yes, they're going to be increasing competitors for the United States and Western Europe. We should expect that. They'll get a bigger piece of what we hope is a bigger pie, so everyone can gain. And the question then becomes, what does it mean for American companies? It means we have to be more competitive. And two, what does it mean for American policy? It means we have to have the right policies behind allowing our companies to succeed in overseas markets.